What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and to a quick little Overwatch League news video, as Custa has retired from the Overwatch League, and I have to say that I'm pretty surprised by this. I did not see something like this coming at all. It didn't really seem like Custa had any interest in leaving the Overwatch League. I suppose this supposed Rain move now makes sense, where the Valiant are going to be picking him up. I think that definitely does give you some clarification as to why they decided to sign him in the first place, but wow, Custa suddenly just doesn't want to play anymore? I can't believe it. As a loyal Valiant fan that's been around since day one of the inaugural season, words can't even begin to describe how sad and discouraging this is for me. I loved Custa. He was so great, and I don't think people realize how valuable he was to this team. But with that said, now that Custa is gone, only one player from that 2018 team remains, and that is KSF. A new page has been turned for the Valiant. They are writing a new chapter now. With that said, I'm expecting Rain to be announced by the Valiant to be on the team very soon, even though the Overwatch League kind of accidentally leaked it, and of course Halo of Thoughts a while ago leaked it as well, unaccidentally, but this is definitely a downgrade, I'd say. Rain probably has potential, he's a young player, but losing Custa is a big hit. The Valiant already took a lot of hits this year, and this just makes it even worse. Custa was never the best mechanically, I'd say, but he was always consistent, both on Lucio and Mercy, and beyond his skill, the thing that makes him so valuable as a player is just how kind he was and how great of a leader he was to this Valiant team. Everybody looked up to him, everybody always wanted to follow him. He was the true leader of the Valiant. The moment he came, for a while him and Fate were sharing the duties, but as time went on, you could really tell that this was Custa's team. Custa wasn't the best player on the team, but he was most certainly the most respected, and people will soon find out just how bad this is for the Valiant. Obviously, things weren't looking too great to begin with, just because they purged their entire team and got rid of every single player that found them past success, but Custa, I think personally, is the guy that kind of just helped keep the team together. He was the glue. He was the leader that everybody looked up to, and he was always the person to motivate and give the speeches and be the one to talk on stage in the interviews. He did everything, and everybody looked up to him, and now that they don't have him anymore, who's going to step into that role now? Who's it going to be? This is a pretty young and inexperienced team. Maybe somebody like McGravy, who has some experience, could step into that role, but for now, that leadership role is a big question mark for the Valiant. I don't know who it's going to be. Now, though, I thought I'd take some time to just honor Custa because he really means a lot to me and everything he did for my team. And first, I'd like to just read this twit longer he made. So here we go. Well, it's been a ride, but now it's time to move on. Almost 4 years ago, I moved all the way from Australia to Canada to play Overwatch professionally, and it's the best decision I ever made in my life. From the beginning with Fnatic, onto Arc 6, through Dallas, and then traded to the Valiant. To all the teams I played with, you've all been awesome, and each one has so many memories that I will never forget. Being able to compete at the highest level of competition in Overwatch and play on a stage is an unforgettable experience and a childhood dream. I will cherish these memories for the rest of my life. Valiant has done so much for my career of the last 2 years I've been with them. To all the guys I played with, you're awesome, and I can't put into words how much each of you has helped me to where I am today. All the Valiant staff that have worked and believed in me, both in and out of the game, you're such incredible people, and I've appreciated you going above and beyond to deal with my dumb self. I believe in Valiant more than anybody. They have an amazing set of coaching staff and players that I know will make waves in OWL 2020. I want to be clear that the reason I'm retiring has nothing to do with Valiant. This has been a long time coming. Lastly, I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who has helped me get to this point. There are too many awesome people to thank, but there are so many incredible people that have pushed me to get where I am today. The story doesn't end here, and this isn't the last you've heard of me, so keep your eyes out. I'll be streaming today, and a lot more in the future. Going through my plans/thoughts if you want to come say hi and chat it out. Thank you all to the fans and friends I've made along the way. You're all awesome. So yeah, that's a lot to absorb and take in, that's pretty deep. But I do really love the fact that Custa was very thankful to everybody who helped him along the journey and helped him grow as a person and as a player. And I like how he just reflects upon his experience and how much fun it was to achieve this childhood dream of playing video games on stage for people. I thought that was really wholesome. And I also think that it's great that he clarified that the reason he left is not because of the Valiant. This was his own personal decision. So to anyone out there who was maybe speculating that he wanted to retire or get traded from the Valiant because of just not wanting to be there anymore, you'd be wrong. This was his own kind of decision that he wanted to make. He was just done playing the game for whatever reason. So yeah, it doesn't really have to do with any decisions the organization has made or the way they've treated him. And that makes me happy. Custa's going out on good terms. I don't think he left on a sour note at all, really. And I'm glad that he's happy and that he believes in the Valiant too. I'm really proud of him for having faith in this team since nobody else really will at this point. But yeah, I'm happy for Custa, and I'm really excited to see what comes next for him, because he did say that this is not the last we've seen of him. And guess what? Custa was not kidding about this being the last we'd ever see of him, as shortly after he made his tweet longer, the Overwatch League comes out with an article that states that both him and Jake will be joining the production team for 2020. And this isn't super surprising because I think both of them have shown interest in being a caster / analyst in the past, but it's wonderful to see it happen this soon. I wasn't expecting it to happen as soon as 2020, but it's a wonderful development nonetheless. I'm super excited. In the article, it states that Jake is going to be a caster and that Custa will join the desk as an analyst. Both of them seem like they're just so well suited to be in the Overwatch League as commentators. They just seem like they'd be naturally good at this type of thing. We've already seen Jake do it a bunch. We've seen Custa do it a little as well. They're both going to do a great job. If you want to read all about the details of this article, I'll be sure to leave a link to it in the description. And now I just wanted to take some time to thank Custa, because as a Valiant fan, he really does mean a lot to me, and I appreciate everything he's ever contributed to this organization, whether it's him playing on stage, him just keeping all of the guys in check out of the game, or just the amazing content he makes both on his streams and on the Valiant YouTube channel. Obviously, that's not going to happen anymore. He's done with the Custa News Network, but still, I appreciate all of that very much. He's a very entertaining person. He's a great guy and a great leader, a good player, and he will be missed very much. I will never forget when he first joined the team. I really didn't know what was going to happen when the Valiant traded Unco for Custa. Like, I thought at the time it made sense. I wasn't a huge fan of Unco ever to begin with, but I really didn't know what Custa was capable of because the Fuel weren't doing too well. I knew that Custa was a great guy, but he played all these different heroes, didn't look all that great on them, but you could feel his impact the moment he joined during Stage 3. The Valiant instantly got better because of his leadership. There were some bumps in the road because him and Fate both kind of wanted to be the leader and the shot caller of the team, but they found a way to make it work. And after Stage 3, this team just took another step forward as they won the Stage 4 championship. They went 9-1 that stage. They beat the Gladiators. They beat the NYXL to win the championship. And at that point, people were starting to think they might end up winning the whole thing. They'd win the grand finals even. Now, obviously, that didn't happen. But the fact that the Valiant even got that good to begin with, I think largely has to do with Custa joining the team and bringing an overwhelming amount of positivity to everybody. Apologies if it sounds like I'm really bringing everybody down. I'm super sad, but I just can't help it. This is really hard for me. Like, it's super, super difficult for me to get words out and discuss this just because of how much I appreciate and love Custa. But yeah, moving on to Season 2, even though the Valiant weren't all that great, Custa was still very positive. Definitely one of the best influences I've ever seen. No matter how bad things got, even when they started off 0-7, he was still positive. He's like, we can do this. We can make a comeback. And during Stage 3, you really thought that maybe the Valiant were on the verge of making the playoffs. And I'm sure part of it has to do with Custa keeping everybody's heads up. I really just don't think people appreciate what he did for this organization. And I'm very thankful. And who knows where the Valiant would have even gotten to without Custa. If it weren't for that fateful day where they traded him, I don't even want to know how good this team would have been during Stage 3 of Season 1 and onwards. I don't think they would have won any championships. Like, maybe they could still find some success, but I think Custa was the one piece this team really needed to take a major step or two forward. I mean, the guy even won an award for how positive he was this year. You know, the same award that Mickey won the season before. That's how great he is. He raised so much money for charity. He did so much to contribute to the community, both inside and outside of the game, and for everything he did for the organization. Everything Custa did just screamed positivity, and I think everybody should really take a moment or two to appreciate that. And if you're a Valiant fan like myself, the only thing you can do is keep your head up and trust in Coach Packington and some of these young players to just get through all of this and prove everybody wrong. That's the one thing I'm going to say. And with that said, I wish Custa nothing but the best of luck in the future, whether it has to do with Overwatch or something else. I know he'll do great. And yeah, if you enjoyed this quick little video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you want to further support me, you can follow me on Twitter at ATP Overwatch or join my Discord server through the link in the description. And don't forget to let me know what you think of this Custa retirement down in the comment section. And as always, thank you all so much for watching today's quick video. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, this is ATP signing out. Peace.